Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Monday, August 31st, 2015. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. St. Kitts and Nevis has allocated a $1 million humanitarian relief package to assist the Commonwealth of Dominica in its recovery from damages suffered by the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. This announcement was made by Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris at the completion of a special session of the St. Kitts and Nevis Cabinet of Ministers, which was held on Friday, August 28th. St. Kitts and Nevis's assistance to its fellow OECS member state came after conversations between Prime Minister Harris and Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett, who indicated that damage to his country was monumental, resulting in significant loss of life and infrastructural damage that has isolated several communities. The Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, is currently in Dominica conducting a needs assessment, and Prime Minister Harris said other support and services for Dominica would be forthcoming based on the agency's report. Prime Minister Harris also said Minister of State, the Honorable Senator Wendy Phipps, will coordinate St. Kitts and Nevis's national effort in support of Dominica. Meantime, the Department of Youth and Sports, under the leadership of Junior Minister of Social Development, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, is currently undertaking a relief effort to aid the people of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Late last week, the Nature Isle was affected by Tropical Storm Erica, which caused tremendous damage.
The Department of Youth and Sports is currently coordinating a drive to aid in the relief efforts in Dominica. We are appealing to the general public to support this drive. We're looking for items such as water, canned food, dry food, clothing, school supplies, just to name a few, to help. We're appealing anything you have, even if it's just one item, two items, we're appealing that you just drop it off at the Department of Youth and Sports, located in the Reliable Motors Mini Complex on the corner of Bath Road and Main Street, anytime between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Director of Sports Jamie Claxton outlined the reason for the drive and its deadline.
The reason why we chose to do this drive is that we are very saddened by the incident in Dominica caused by Tropical Storm Erica, and it could have easily been Nevis in that situation, so we're just reaching out to help our brothers and sisters in the Nature Isle, Dominica. We'll be collecting 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily up until next week, Friday. We're hoping to send off the shipment the following week.
Persons are asked to drop off donations at the Department of Youth and Sports on the second floor of the Reliable Motors Miniplex in Charlestown, or call 469-5521 extension 2137. Meanwhile, Director of Sports Jamie Claxton is also expressing his gratitude to 3 of the island's hotels. The hotels provided accommodations for the officials and the players of the Caribbean Football Union's CFU Under-17 Female World Cup qualifying matches, which were held here on Nevis last week.
I'd like to express profound gratitude to Four Seasons Resorts Nevis, the Hamilton Beach Villa and Spa, and the Wally Beach Resort for stepping up in the time of need when we had our visitors from Dominica, the BVI, and other areas across the Caribbean stranded here in Nevis due to Tropical Storm Erica. A special thank you for supporting these individuals in their time of need.
He also gave this update about the Dominican team.
First of all, I would like to thank Four Seasons Resorts Nevis for assisting with accommodating the Dominican Under-17 female football team. I'd just like to let the general public know that they flew home yesterday morning, St. Kitts via Guadeloupe, and they'll take a ferry over to Dominica. So we wish them all the best.
Director of Sports in the Department of Youth and Sports, Jamie Claxton. The Rotary Club of La Amiga, Rotary Club of St. Kitts, St. Kitts Rotaract, St. Christopher Air and Seaport Authority, St. Kitts Port Authority Sports Club, St. Kitts Branch of Red Cross, St. Kitts Business Community and General Citizenry has given aid to the Commonwealth of Dominica in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Erika. The Rotary clubs coordinated the effort and arranged to send much needed supplies by boat to Dominica on Saturday evening to aid residents there. President of the Rotary Club of La Amiga, Tufida Stewart, while explaining the decision to organize the relief effort, said generally whenever there is a catastrophe, the Rotary clubs around the region and the world come together to see what they can do to help, and the Rotary Club of La Amiga is no exception. The local club has decided not to wait on the district but to forge ahead and provide the relevant assistance to Dominica. She said the Rotary Club of La Amiga has been in communication with the Rotary Club of Dominica and has heard their needs and taken the decision to rally its membership and sponsors to get the supplies to Dominica as soon as possible. The decision paid off tremendously as the support given by companies and residents was overwhelming. The boat departed St. Kitts on Saturday evening full of supplies for the people of Dominica. Still to come, Department of Education holds back-to-school exercise for teachers. The details when we come back.
Taxes are the lifeblood of a nation. Feel good about what your tax dollars do in Nevis. As a responsible citizen, your tax dollars protect our environment. Pay your taxes on time. This message was brought to you by the Inland Revenue Department, Nevis.
Be a responsible citizen.
Safe sex is the best sex.
No glove, no love.
Protect your pleasure.
Real men wear condoms.
It's your favorite DJ Kevy Kev saying, don't be silly, cover your willy. Oh.
This message was brought to you by the Nevis HIV/AIDS Coordinating Unit in collaboration with NTB/AIDS.
Welcome back. United for quality education through passion, vision, and action for a better society was the theme under which the Department of Education held its back-to-school exercise for teachers earlier today. Following the chairperson's welcome remarks and a devotional session, Principal Education Officer Palsy Wilkin made remarks on behalf of the Department of Education.
Having spent time away on well-deserved vacation, I trust that we are all filled with energy and restored creativity that will fuel new projects to assist us in providing quality education for all. I wish everyone a most successful school year. May we have the passion, see the vision, and put action to it.
Permanent Secretary in the Premier's Ministry, Wakely Daniel, represented Premier and Minister of Education, the Honorable Vance Amory.
This event this morning is truly a celebration of teachers and a celebration of education. And I say a celebration of teachers because you truly deserve to be celebrated. It is you, the teachers, who take our children on a daily basis from having potential to realizing that potential. It is you, the teachers, who on a daily basis shed light in the students' sea of darkness. The literature bears out, and they're all unanimous when they say that amongst all the variables in education, there is none that can compare to a teacher. There is none that causes a child to learn more than that of a competent and qualified teacher. And I urge all of you, all of our teachers, go forth, and inspire our children when the doors are open on the 7th of September.
Featured speaker Marilyn King delivered the keynote address.
You all have a story about Nevis. You all have a story about the education department. You all have a story about your school. And if yours is like mine, it's like, oh, I'm just here to have a good time and, maybe things will be okay and, oh, that'll never change, so, we'll never be able to do that. Guess what? Like my grandmother said, what you see is what you get. But if you are one of those people who steps over here and says, you know what? It's time for change. And I'm part of that change. Exceptional human performance is always passion-powered. So, when you are passion-powered and you are vision-guided, you've got to have the third piece. You've got to be action-oriented. You've got to have a game plan. Not just any game plan, it's got to be a good game plan. And that game plan has to have feedback. We can have kids be seized by a thought, something they're passionate about. We can teach them about the skills and steps, how to think effectively, and support them in a game plan for action. Am I right? Yes.
King also led an interaction session dubbed the Nevis Gold Standard. The Department of Education's Back to School exercise is an annual activity aimed at preparing and motivating teachers for the new academic year. 5 of the island's students are the most recent beneficiaries of the generosity of the Cuban Alumni Association of St. Kitts and Nevis. The Cuban Alumni Association of St. Kitts and Nevis comprises nationals who are graduates of various universities in Cuba. On Saturday, August 29th, the association made donations of school supplies to one student of the Gingerland Secondary School, the St. Thomas's Primary, the Charlestown Secondary, the Ivor Walters Primary, and the Violet O. Jeffers Nichols Primary Schools. The association's treasurer, Nadine Natta, made the presentation.
Our back-to-school presentations in our school bags contain 12 exercise books, pens, pencils, rulers, sharpeners, erasers, dictionaries, and a bag itself.
Hollis Prentice is the association's president.
I mean, you calculate all those things in the mountain to about 500 Eastern dollars. You may wonder how we get these supplies to these young people. It is because of our fundraising activities and our dues payment that members of the Cuban Alumni have to be paid on a yearly basis. Our mission of the Cuban Alumni Association is to give back. The reason we want to give back because years gone by, we were given the opportunity to go to Cuba to study for gratis. And a way of saying thank you to the Nevian and Kitchen population, we give back. Finally, I the time the Ministry of Social Welfare for selecting these 5 students. I'd like to thank the parents, the guardians for coming out to accept these school supplies from the Cuban Alumni Association.
The students, as well as their parents, expressed their appreciation for the gifts.
On behalf of all the families here today, I'm proud of our children, and we give you all thanks. Thank you very much.
The Cuban Alumni Association also made donations to the Flamboyant Nursing Home and the St. George's and St. John's Senior Citizens Home in June of this year. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Good night.